I think they play really hard. Obviously, they have some young guys and some old guys, and they do a good job of running to the ball and playing physical and playing for each other. So, obviously, schematically, they do what they do, and we just got to be ready to go. And it's an away game in a dome, so expect it to be loud, and that just comes back to execution and doing our job.
Mac, between the craziness of last week and now a player on your team getting traded, how are you dealing kind of with the crash course of life in the NFL?
Yeah, I think that's just how it goes, and obviously you can't get caught up in it, and you obviously just want to focus on what you can do every day to get better, and things change in whatever you're doing, whatever profession. People come and go, and that's part of it, and I think in the NFL it just shows that you just got to be present and be where your feet are and come to work every day, and things will just play out depending on how much work you put in. So the more you put in, the more you'll get out of it, and so it's just part of the game.
Is that a shock to you at all, though, Mac? Devin was just saying about how early in his career, the first time a big name player got moved, it was really.
Yeah, I think Steph's obviously a great player, and I never got to practice against him, and he actually helped me a lot. Just talking with him, he's like, "Hey, I see you do this on film," or whatever, So he definitely played a good role for me just in talking with him, and a lot of the guys on the team have a lot of respect for him, and he's a great player, and he'll continue to be a great player, and I wish him and his family nothing but success, and we don't have control over that, and it's not our decision to make that decision. So he's going to be great, and it was an honor just to get to know him, and we just got to keep moving forward.
That must have been pretty great for Steph to kind of pull you aside. You kind of smiled as you said that. Was that in camp? Was it one?
Actually, a lot. I think just in the training room or whatever it may be, I just kind of like to talk to him, and I asked him if I was ever going to get a chance to go against him, and we just kind of talked some smack back and forth. So he's a good dude, and so that's that.
What was the biggest takeaway or biggest lesson or anything you've learned from your set time with him?
I think, like I said, he's just a all-around good football player, and obviously it is what it is, and we had our conversations just like I have with a lot of older guys on our team, and they always have good advice. So regardless of who it is, coach, player, scouting, whatever, I just try to take the advice and listen to what they have to say and kind of take it and improve my game, whatever it may be.
Like it wasn't like pointers on how to beat shutdown corners or stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, there's football stuff in there, So he had some good points.
Matt, last week against Tampa, you guys seemed to handle the blitz a little bit better than what you did in the first 3 weeks. What would you say was the biggest thing that had changed or improved for you guys?
I think that was kind of their MO, and we watched the film and got a chance to move on. And whenever you have a younger quarterback, you have to expect the blitz and you have to be ready to go. So I think we had a good plan, and we just got to build on that and be more efficient. Whatever down it is, first, second, third, fourth, we got to execute the play. And it just goes to show that it takes 3 bad plays to lose, in my opinion, and you got to eliminate the bad plays, and then you'll be right there in the ball game, and the score will be different. So it's kind of been the theme here, and it sucks, but we just got to obviously identify the problem and move on and get the consistency to improve, and that's something that we're harping on in practice and meetings. So I'm just trying to be more consistent as well.
Mac, has it been hard to, and you talk about you give yourself 24 hours, but at 1-3, has it been hard to kind of shake these losses and as you go forward, maybe get more determination to kind of get this done?
Yeah, just losing sucks, and you have to take it for what it's worth, and more so in the beginning of the season as learning experience. And I don't know, nobody on our team likes to lose, and you can play well or play not well, but you just need to score one more point than the other team. And when we do that, I think we'll feel good about it and feel good about the progress. But obviously we made progress, but you also can't outcome think and focus so much on winning or losing, and then you're not focusing on what your job is. So there's 2 parts to the story, and you just got to focus on the next team we're playing, and we're excited, and we just have to attack each day with that mindset.
Do you feel like you're getting in a good routine now as far as what works and what doesn't work, what you need to do on Monday, Tuesday, as you go about here?
Yeah, I think the routine, it has been more consistent and still adjusting some things, but just sticking to it and, watching what I watch every day and then talking with the other quarterbacks or with Josh and just taking his advice and what I'm supposed to do each day. And so it's just as simple as that. But like you said, there's adjustments that you have to make in anything you do, so that's part of it as well.
Have you noticed that?
Josh was asked this week about.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that the game is starting to slow down for you, or is it still at a kind of a fast pace?
Yeah, I talked about that a little bit last time, and I think it just goes back to the unit as a whole, and it's all about the operation. You're almost putting on the show, and you got to have everybody, all 11 guys, ready to roll. And it starts with me, but I think as whatever you do, the more reps you get at it, and the more comfortable you get with it. So I think yes, and I think we have a lot of room to grow there, obviously, but the progress has been pretty good. But we want to get in the win column more here and just try and grind it out and eliminate those bad plays that we have identified.
Mac, this week Josh was asked about the ongoing process of trying to identify, what works well, what's the best, game plan, or what the best situations to put you in, and so forth, and that's continuous. Are you at a point now, 4 games in, where you feel confident, comfortable to say, hey, I don't like this, or I like this, to have more input in trying to reach, that decision of,
Yeah, I think Josh obviously is one of the best offensive minds in football, and I always like to learn, how he wants to do it, and we've had really good conversations even before, like in OTAs. Hey, what do you like about this play or not like? And he does a great job of obviously attacking defenses, and my job is to see it how he sees it. And the good thing is, I think even from the start we see it very similar, and obviously we have room to grow there, and that's just an every week thing because every defense changes every week. You're not going to face the same scheme, players, coaches, etc. So whatever the scheme on our end is for that week, by the end of the week I feel really comfortable with where I'm at, and that's why we practice. We make errors and fix things and then talk through it, and by Sunday I feel really prepared, and all of us do, because the coaching staff does a good job of holding us to that standard, and we're trying to hold each other to that standard now too. So that's just part of it, and like I said, as the week goes on, more conversations are had, and things go in, things go out, and that's just how the quarterback, offensive coordinator relationship works, probably for a lot of people too.
Mac, by the time you get to the end of that preparation Saturday night, are you still like full in your notes and tape, or are you watching a movie? Like, how do you kind of relax the night before?
Yeah, the night before, by the time I go to bed, I say the hay is in the barn. So the hay's in the barn, and if there's things that we need to talk about before the game, then I will and walk through that. But I try not to, mentally wear down myself or think about it too much. But there's a lot of visualization and reps you can do in your head just to run through it. But it is hard to turn it off sometimes. You just need to get that time away. So whether it's just, just laying down and going to bed early, or just not thinking about football. So.
Do you have any go-to shows or anything?
Not really. I've been trying to find some stuff, Netflix and stuff, but I don't really watch movies or anything. I'm bad with that. Either fall asleep or, it's bad. So maybe I need to just continue to watch and get my mind off a little
More
bit.
reps.
How about this weather? Like, is it from a kid from Jacksonville who went to Alabama? When you wake up and it's like 35 degrees, what has that been like for you?
It feels pretty good. I just wake up and go outside and, and just enjoy it, because it is nice in the morning, but you can't control the weather. So whatever it's going to be on game day or during practice, you just got to be ready. And but the weather's been good. So cool. Thanks.
Thanks, Mac.